It's kind of funny. Hello, folks. Is that better? I don't know. There we go. I'm trying to get it so you can kind of see the Christmas tree in the background. Can you see? Oh, there we go. Christmas tree background. There's that. Good morning. This is going to be precarious. Thank you, boo-boo. I will be honest with you, I just realized, it may be obvious to you that I rarely look in the mirror, but I just realized when I was signing on that I had the wrong trousers, the wrong glasses on, and it's so much easier to see it. Oh my God, Kat Roby, you are out of the gate. Heyo. Heyo. SBB, Scheduled Beth Blinders, that's what she calls it, to get out of cozy bed with kitties and sort papers accounting for end-of-year bills. Okay, do this for me, Kat Roby. Allow yourself a luxurious, 5 minutes with the kitties, really revel in all that stuff, and then get up. I don't want you associating me with the, I have to get out of my comfortable bed with the kitties, and then I have to go work on paper. Okay, so please, for me, because I realized this morning. I woke up early and I was just like, what's the biggest luxury and wealth for me is to wake up early and not have to get out of bed. There we go. So please, for me, stay in bed a little bit longer, snuggle up with your kitties, and then, 3 hours of that. Okay, all right, as long as you're good with that. Because here's the fun thing. Before Christmas, or the holiday of gift giving, the best gift you can give yourself is feeling good, peace of mind. It's not something you buy at Target or Walmart or wherever you get the external stuff. It's how you're feeling on the inside. Okay? So I love it. So good morning, Jilly B and Carol and Danielle and Tiffany. I feel like, where's my little romper room lady thing, right? User 8274629401034. That just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Good morning, Beth, my favorite TikTok creator. Well, thank you. Good morning to you, too. Good morning to you, too. Good morning to everyone. Good. What can I tell you? It's a holiday week for me. It is Therapy Gal Sue. Nice to see you. Gimore, love the top. Oh, be more. Trust me, this is my bathrobe, or my writing robe, I guess, and my pajamas. It is totally a holiday week for me, because this is me checking in with you guys, and then I'll be off of TikTok for a week. So I figured, why not just show up how I am? If you looked around here, you would see dishes dishes in the sink and on the counter. You'd see holiday cards that have yet to be written, but we're going to do that after I get off this TikTok live. But I wanted to make sure I checked in for you, okay? If we haven't met before, I know this is early, but you guys know, you kind of regular folks that know me, know that I always want to be including people and know what's going on. I don't want to be like, oh, you don't know? If you know, you know. Sometimes if you know is kind of funny when it's totally niche and geeky, which is me, totally niche and geeky. But other times I just want to make sure people know if you're kind of going by the wayside. But I see some friendly names. I see Kim Jenner. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Fiery Angel. Love it. I'm here for most everybody except for haters and stinkers. My name is Beth. I am a decluttering life coach, and my coaching here on TikTok and other places on the interwebs is called Destination Decluttered. I call it that because, man, have I found that if I plan my life like a road trip as opposed to a commute, if I look forward to what I'm aiming for, it feels so much better. Lori Hannah, nice to see you. Thank you so much for the socks, hun. I love them. I'm going to bring them on our trip. We leave tomorrow morning to go away for the holidays, to go visit family. I'm totally bringing them with me, so thank you for thinking of me. Annalisa Pixel Pitbull, good nice to see you. Good nice. All sorts of good feelings. So, couple things, okay? So, couple things I think are going to help you, and I want to... Well, I show up on TikTok to help you with your clutter, with your, as I say, I'm a decluttering life coach. So equal parts decluttering and decluttering coaching, life coaching, decluttering your life. This is how I am. And I love this. Abbott Elementary. I love it. Happy Monday to you too. You guys, Abbott Elementary said, just put out my 4 bags and boxes for the donation picks up, and it feels great. Yeah, I will share with you that this weekend, we had a crazy busy weekend. all sorts of fun stuff. But one thing I got to do, you guys, this was a game changer. This was something that was years in the making. We had my brother-in-law and his wife visit us here in our house because they live in another state. And Saturday night, we pulled out the old slideshow projector and we watched old family slides of when my husband and his brother were like little smidgy widgers. We also took pictures of the slides when they were on the screen, so we don't need to keep all the slides. So that felt really good. So I'm feeling really good about what I've done decluttering-wise and just kind of those next steps. But I'm here to really help you. I love it. I love when we share our wins because notice these good feelings that the decluttering has. I think a lot of people don't start decluttering because they are afraid of the pain, of the fear, that it's a chore, that it's uncomfortable. But I am telling you, with very few exceptions, usually the exceptions are the sentimental clutters, so much decluttering feels good because you're lightening your load. You know what it's like when you're going through the on vacation and you've got all your luggage and then you drop the luggage and you're like, that's what decluttering is. It's lightening your load. You know, German maid, nice to see you. I had someone pick up the last bin of Christmas decor. Perfect timing for them too, because the stuff that you no longer want to use now, that you had in the past, that here in the present you don't want for whatever reason, can also help somebody else, and it's a win-win because you get that feeling of lightness, of and not by color, just by buoyancy. You feel lighter and it feels good for yourself and for somebody else. Okay? So it is not too late to decluttering. Decluttering can be so small yet powerful. Okay? Now I love this. Annalisa is saying, I'm excited. I have my shopping done and I bought things my kids wanted, need, or will use. No junk. Yes, no junk here. We don't do the junk. I mean, look at me. I collect stuff, but it's not junk. It's the good stuff. Let me share with you what I did this morning before I got on my TikTok live because I think / know this is going to help you. I know this can be a kind of a crazy week. We think, this week is so crazy. I can't get anything. So much going on. What I offer you to do, and you may not be able to do it while I'm on a TikTok unless I be quiet. And I'm not going to be on a TikTok to be quiet. I do my decluttering parties. I'll be quiet on those because I want you to have time for yourself to think. To think and get the thoughts out of your head and onto paper. That's what I did this morning before my husband woke up and before I got on my TikTok live. I sat down here at the kitchen table. I sat down with the all-important workbook, aka El Cheapo notebook, and actually my good book, my travel journal through life, because I had some good stuff to catch up on, and I also wanted to make a plan. Now, what I did this morning was I got all the random thoughts out of my head and onto paper. I have them right in front of me. See this right here? This is me. It's like with a brain dump. They aren't in any order. They were at the order in which they were received, and I wrote them down, and then more things came, and now I can organize them and get some stuff done depending upon my time, my energy, when things need to be done, when things want to be done. So I will encourage you to do that, okay? The other thing I encourage you to do this morning, maybe after I'm done, it barely takes 5 or 10 minutes. It really does not take as much time as your backseat driver brain will say it takes to sit down and say, okay, here I am at the beginning of this journey into this week. I know in 2 days we get Christmas, and then we get a couple days, and then we get a weekend, and then a couple days, and we get New Year's, and just set the stage. Say to yourself, what's my destination? And I usually say this by how do I want things to look? How do I want them to function and feel? And the feel was big for me. We're going to be traveling, but so a lot of it, the look and the function, I want things to function easily. But I really reminded myself of how I want to feel between now and next Monday when I see you guys again. I'll share some of my words with you. If they resonate, please feel free to write them down. As I kid, but I'm serious, I will probably never write a book. So I encourage you that if I say something that resonates with you, be prepared when I do a TikTok live with just a notebook and a pen to write down the things that resonate with you, okay? So maybe some of the ways I want to feel in the next week might be like, oh yeah, I'd like to feel that way too. So in no particular order, I wrote down calm, centered, love-filled, patient, caring, and joyful. Okay? Calm, centered, love-filled, patient, caring, and joyful. Okay? I share that with you as a gift. So write that down and say, okay, if that's how I want to feel, what can I do today and the next many days to ensure that I am feeling that way? If not now, then how can I incorporate that into every hour of my days for the next many days? Okay? So that is my gift to you. Take some time, get the thoughts out of your head, write down and say, are all these things that I wrote down that I have to do going to get me feeling more calm, centered, etc.? Okay? So let me offer this. I'm going to back up because I saw some good things going by. And I love this. Some good stuff. And Freudian slip, I said stuck. I don't want you to be stuck. I hear you, and I'm going to help you get unstuck. Okay, so here's a good one. Where are we? Hannah, not to be confused with Lori, Hannah. Hannah says backwards this week. Furnace repairs and spent too much time embarrassed in the basement. All right. Let's leave the basement embarrassment in 2024, shall we? Many of us have a basement. The basement is where we put the stuff that we kind of don't know what to do with. Being embarrassed about it, maybe that's a motivator. Maybe you say to yourself, good morning, boo-boo. Maybe you say to yourself, I don't want to be embarrassed in my basement. So what can I do the next time? But seriously, cut yourself some slack all over the place. Seriously, wear some slacks. Wear some slacks, okay? So I'm glad you got your furnace repaired. Yeah, we had to get some plumbing done, and it was actually kind of a relief. We had some stuff around, but man, our basement has never looked better. But it took us a long time to get there. Wouldn't you agree, my bub?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed, he says. Testify. We've gone down there a little bit at a time. Even today, I will go down there, and I'm going to pull some stuff out of our basement that we're going to redistribute to friends and family. So I offer to you, embarrassment is one of those feelings that's on the backseat driver's side of the equation. Absolve yourself of your embarrassment. Look at me, I'm the Pope. And feel better moving forward. Okay? Now, speaking of feeling better moving forward, Annalisa says, you'll be happy to hear we have had more time for family Christmas activities and events. Yeah, starting early and starting small. It may not be what you're used to. You may be used to wrapping gifts on Christmas Eve after the kids have gone to bed because then Santa comes. If that works for you, keep it up. But I will offer to you, if you don't like that feeling, you can change it. Okay? If you don't like it, I've heard it from other people. I have this year, people like, oh my God, I started early and I feel so much better. So, yes. I love it. Cat Mama says, wrapping done. Single digit temperatures in Connecticut, and I want to stay inside and keep my surfaces clean. Okay? Thank you for the heads up. I don't even know what it is out. It's probably in the teens here. I'm almost afraid to look. I can't look because I'm on my phone. But thank you for the thing, because we will be driving through Connecticut. And I don't like to be cold. So here we go. Pam the dog lady, nice good morning to you as well. Hey, Jelly Bee, that sounds delightful. I'm going to share this with my husband in the other room. My husband and I opted for a stay-at-home Christmas, no gifts. We decorated the tree and dinner delivered. Ooh. Oh, hey, the fridge door is still...
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Doesn't that feel nice? Maybe some people? Yeah, Hannah just said, ooh, Jelly Bee, love that. Cat Mama says, love that idea. Stress over gifts, have a second party, one enough for me. Okay. Please, people. Let's this be... And here's the thing. I am going to offer to you that... here we go. Okay, Francesca, I'm going to hit a couple of these comments so I end up moving forward. So Francesca says, my mom is storing all of my adult sibling stuff. It has overtaken her basement and I feel bad. Okay, Francesca, what can you and I do about that? Okay, I can help you with that, okay? One of the first things will be to make sure you don't have any of your stuff there. So when you're pointing fingers at your siblings, you're like, I'm good, none of my stuff. What about you? Okay? Yeah. Oh, Hannah, if I had a tissue. Here, I got like a, here, blot your, here, you can even blow your nose on it. I can throw it in the laundry. I'm doing a wicked lot of laundry today. Don't cry. I don't share that piece with my family. It feels good. Sometimes it feels awful to cry, but sometimes it feels good once you're done. Okay? Now, that one persona, I am really curious. No, I'm not going to tell you to take it out. I'm going to get curious because this is where the real good stuff happens. That one persona, and for those of you that I'm reading the comments, so there's context, that's for the people who are puttering and decluttering, as I like to say, while I'm on this TikTok live, because you've got stuff to do. I know it. So why not make the most of this time together? But also when this TikTok live is uploaded to YouTube, that you'll have the context. So that one persona is saying, I'm good at bagging stuff up to donate. Yay. But bad at actually getting it out. Okay, so I, as a coach, I do not yell at you to get stuff done. I don't like that, so I don't do it myself. I think it's so much more interesting and valuable to get curious. When you look at a bag of stuff that you've donated, that you've gotten ready to donate, what's the thought that goes through your head when you look at that bag that makes it difficult? You can share it here in the comments if you like, or you can just ask yourself, where is my roadblock? There's a little roadblock, and it doesn't have to be a big roadblock. It can just be like a brick in the wall. Oh my God! Now I've got freaking. It's another brick in the wall. I know, it's like Pink Floyd. It can just be a little stumbling block in the road. It doesn't have to be massive. But ask yourself, what is the holdup? Maybe it's like Cat Mom. It's too cold out. I don't want to do it. Fine. Maybe what you do is you then bundle it up with things, But we can do it. All right. And so get everybody. I share that with you because it's worked for me, and it's much more long lasting to get curious. Do not beat yourself up. Do not be like, you just got to do it. Knuckle down and buckle down. I mean, that's how some people roll. It's not me. So if you like that kind of thing, you can move along, because that's not how I do it. I like to get patient and curious and loving and problem solving, so that you know the next time, oh, I know what my hang up is. Like me, totally, 100%. It turns dark and cold outside. I want to hibernate like nobody's business. Look at me. Do I not look like an animal who's ready to hibernate? So I don't go outside and do those things. It takes me a lot, so I have to prepare myself to do those things. I bundle up. I make my time outside short, and I make it valuable. So maybe I'm going out to the car to go to like the Acme. I might grab that bag of trash that needs to go out, and I'll throw it out while I'm going outside already. I habit stack that stuff, okay? So please, get curious, everybody, Oh, hey, Kim Jenner. Well, I hope this feels good. Kim Jenner said, you've motivated me to get off the couch, turn off the Today Show, and clear off our center island. Now, I'll share with you that earlier today, I motivated myself to just remind myself that I can shut off TikTok as I'm just letting it wash all over me. I can shut that off, and then I can pivot to do something that I know is going to have a longer lasting, more encouraging, positive vibe. And that's when I shut off the external thing and went in and said, okay, what's going to make me feel better? And I was saying, oh, there's a lot of like little thoughts cluttering up my head. I want to get those things down on paper so I don't forget them, and then I can do them and get that crossing off the list feeling when I've done them. So, Teresa, you did not miss it all. For those of you who know me, and again, if you haven't, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered. I do these TikTok lives, as I like to kid, but I'm serious, every day except for when I don't. There is a schedule for them. If you want to know the schedule, wicked easy. I have a free mailing list. Hop on the mailing list, you get access to the schedule. It was so funny. Recently, I heard somebody say, join my private community. And oh man, that just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, what was that guy? Not Bobby Brown. Rubbing you the right way. Keith Sweat, maybe? But I digress. It's not a gated community. No, I do not live in a gated community. I say, you want to get the good stuff? Cool. Just give me your email address so we can communicate, and I send you the link to get to the schedule. But what I will offer to you is Teresa Griffin. You will know me by the fact that I always, 99.999% of the time, because I am human and I might decide to do a TikTok live at like 1:15 or whatever, but 99.9% of the time, every single one of my TikTok lives starts at the top of the hour. Those of us who remember the analog clock, so the noon, 1, 2, 3, you get it. So you didn't miss much. And what you did miss, you can get on Memorex when it's uploaded to TikTok, YouTube later today, because we leave for the holidays tomorrow. Okay? Okay. All right, so here, I love it. I love it. I'm hearing from, there we go. Boop-a-doo, boop, boop, boop-a-doo. So that one persona, we were talking about that roadblock. It's the task of actually doing it. Yes, the action. I tell myself, the words in my head say, I'll do it later, but then my body does not move and do it later. Okay? I love it. I do it better if someone else takes it. Okay, that one persona, insight, notice it works better when this happens. So I ask you, how can you get it if someone else takes it? Do you live in a house with somebody who could you be like, yeah, could you bring that out to the car? Or, hey, when you're out in the grocery store, can you drop that at the thrift store? How can you make that happen to you? Okay? Get curious about it. You know, plus there's that level anxiety. I knew there was going to be a level of anxiety because right here is the roadblock. Right here, that level of anxiety either makes it harder to do things or easier to do things. Look at me. Whoa. Yeah. When I think about doing it that I haven't figured out yet. Okay. Baby steps. Let me share with you. When you, oh, thank you. Hannah likes my robe. I got the one, like literally, I have my winter robe and my summer robe. The summer robe came floating in across the sea. That one persona. Let's work backwards about this. So this is a fun thing I like to do, is I like to sometimes start at the destination and work my way backwards. So I would say, where is a place that is easy for you to donate stuff? Easy by easy to get to, easy because it feels good. What's the easiest place for you to donate stuff? Start there and maybe work backwards. Okay? Now, I'm going to hit everybody else here, you know. I love it. I love it. So, user 616440, I'm off until January 2nd. Excited about decluttering as much as I can. Okay, this is a really important point. So, user 616440 and everybody else, please listen to this. Decluttering as much as I can. As much as I can. You know what that can is going to be filled with? Is going to be the amount of time you have and the amount of energy you have. It's not just, oh, I have this big swath of time between now and the 2nd, which is crazy because the way my brain works is I feel like from now until the 2nd feels like a mile away. But no, it's really just the same amount of time, 7 hours a day, but doesn't it feel so different because of the holidays? When we have a large swath of time, we feel like we're gonna hit the ground running and, as I like to say, kick the world's ass. We're gonna get so much done. You may not get as much done as you hope to, as you want to. Okay? Start with that and don't feel bad about it. Your energy, both physical and mental and emotional, and all of the energies in you, all the energies in you, for lack of a better term, those factor into how much you get done and how you feel. You will run out of gas, like a car. You will run out of mental energy to make decisions. If you've made a lot of decisions, it may be like that muscle fatigue when you get and go to the gym, so you need to bake in some time to recover. Okay? So lower the bar. Lower the bar. It doesn't mean you can't move past it, but comically lower the bar to feel good about whatever it is. Like the amount you think you want to get done, chop that in half right now and feel good about even meeting that halfway mark. Then if you happen to go above it, you're a rock star. You put the bar too high, you don't reach that, you're going to feel like crap. Even if you get halfway, you're going to focus on what you didn't do versus celebrate what you did do. Okay? So I hope that helped. Now, Hannah is saying, the velvet rope. I shared with a friend that is going through the same. Yes. What comes into your house, what goes out of the house? You're like the bouncer at your door. No, thank you, but no. And also for those of us who struggle with, or just not even struggle, that's totally Me just being lazy and using other people's words. If your brain is wired in an ADHD fashion, it may be you may find it easier to get stuff done if you are body doubling with somebody. Now, the neat thing is if you don't have anybody in your immediate, family or friends or whomever to do that, there are paid services. Seriously, people get paid to be on the other side of Zoom and declutter with you or whatever. I like to offer up the TikTok recordings of my TikToks on YouTube. A lot of times people put those on to have like a little chat behind as you're puttering and decluttering. Okay? Now, I love this. Neural is saying, working full-time and sorting and decluttering my parents' home every weekend over years. I am doing that myself. I have done that. And I love it. The cat mama who's doing it now after her mom passed is saying, it's good you started with them. Yes. Okay? So good that you're starting now. Start soon, start small, and keep on going. I love this painting of a duck. Check this out. We had a big decluttering day with my kids. Notice the emphasis, with my kids, and they did awesome. Okay? Sorry, I'm just catching up with the messages. So yay, painting of the duck. This is me being a big goober and just being a person chatting at her coffee table or having her, cup of tea at the table. Chris Starr just said, how do I get on the mailing list? I didn't tell you. DestinationDecluttered.com is my website. DestinationDecluttered.com. You go onto my website, you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, and there's a little form that just says, put your email address in here, prove to me you're not a robot, boom, you're done, okay? Sorry, that might have taken me a while to get to that, okay? Let me ask, what else we have? And it is in my bio. It's totally in my bio. Okay. Yep. Okay, so Teresa, if you recently joined the email and didn't check it, you got to check it. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, my dear. And what I will offer is I just sent kind of a tidying up the new year email to everybody who had signed up. There will be one more going out before I leave tomorrow morning to go up to New England for my family and some travels. So it's going to be, it actually has some fun stuff. It's got the dates for the January decluttering parties we're going to do, and some other good stuff on it. Okay. So thank you for helping other people. Johnny Gill, thank you. Okay. See, I'm catching up on stuff. All right. TikTok user is curious and distracted. We like curious and distracted sometimes. What are the 3 items on the high shelf right of your head? Oh, you know what? It's more than 3. They are, look at them right there. See that? Those are bottles that used to have fruit syrup in them, or they were supposed to. And they're all little, what do you call them? Astronauts. Now, I like them because of their color, but I also can already feel, you know what I feel right here? Is some feelings. Because those are something that a friend of mine collected, and she passed away earlier this year. And I am helping her husband declutter their home because he's going to rent it out or sell it or something. And so, yeah, those are something that I love and I collected, but they are also a sentimental object. And I can tell they're a sentimental object because immediately my voice dropped. I'm feeling a little bit of feelings right here, actually about right here and up here. Almost like my body's like, oh God, is she going to cry? I might, but I won't. It's cool. But those, yes, so I've got a lot of cool stuff around the house. Okay, I love it. Annalisa says, telling myself I can do 15 minutes to start. I usually keep going, but I don't have to. Yeah, notice that. All right, I'm going to back up, kind of like backing up the car, and I'm going to see if there's anything I missed. I just want to make sure. What do I got? Cat Mama offers drive up to the Goodwill, pull a car up, and they bring out a card. I love it. Yes, and please, this is a really important thing too. Annalisa is sharing with you guys. I'm just kind of the hub in this spoke and wheel connection here. I am giving myself permission to rest because it's very important. Holy manoli, yes. Resting is imperative. You would never drive your car. Excuse me. You would never drive your car without gas in the tank. When your tank starts to get below half, and then you've only got a quarter, and then an eighth, you better be looking for some gas stations. You better be planning your time on the road accordingly. Your human body is the exact same way. Think about the damage you would do to your engine of your car if you were like, screw that, I need to get there, even though I have no gas in the tank. You would seize up the engine. It would make things so much worse. Same thing with your human body. Think of how you treat your car and how you drive places. Overlay that onto your life. See where the disconnects are, and that might give you a clue as to where to start. I know this because I saw how I was driving my life, as I used to say, and driving my car, and there were some overlaps, but there were some differences. Once I started to overlap those things more, my life started to be a lot better. Okay? Yes, Angela Marie is offering one of my little catchphrases, which I totally didn't invent. Chunk it down, 20 minutes a day. Yeah, it's like going on a road trip. I can't get from Pennsylvania to Palm Springs in a day, even if I wanted to. So what do? I chunk it down. If I were driving from the eastern part of PA to Palm Springs, you know where I'd stop? I would drive probably 5 hours. I'd stop in Pittsburgh. I'd get a cute little hotel. I would have something to eat. I'd have something to drink. I'd maybe see some friends. I'd stretch my legs. I'd walk around. I'd get some sleep. I'd recover from what I did. And then the next day I'd show up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and then I'd go maybe the next time I get to Gary, Indiana, wherever. Chunking it down, you guys. Okay? Now I love it. Galen says, I am finally listing values for items to be donated and bagging them up and ready to go. Love it. Perfect time of the year to do it, because you guys, if you itemize your taxes and you itemize what you're donating, you can take a write-off on your taxes for some of the stuff you're donating. Okay? Sun Chaser is offering, see, notice what we're doing here. I am the hub, but I'm not the font of knowledge. This is totally not like that's actually kind of like a birdhouse in your soul. I am not like the person down the mountain talking down to you guys. I'm the conduit. Here's a good idea from Sun Chaser. Sun Chaser says, I put a bag of clothes and a box of stuff in my car last night to make it easier to head to the Goodwill today. Yeah. Now, Awesome Sauce says, I love all the color in your home, especially the yellow. Yeah, me too. You know why? Because I hate this time of year. Not hate. I really don't care for this time of year where I live, because it's so cold and so desaturated and gray. It just casts a pall over my soul. So I have color and fun around my house. So when I wake up in the morning, wherever the sunshine hits it, it looks cheery. Okay. Now I love it. Judy said, positive result. Friends said they were stopping by. I didn't feel like I had to run around and pick up. Notice that feeling. I don't feel like I have to run around and pick up because I'm feeling better about my stuff. Okay? So love that. Okay? Love that. Notice how good it feels when you are slightly less cluttered than you were before. Okay? So this is why we do it. Sure, to make it look good, I've got, you can't see it, but I've got dishes on display, and you want it to look good because our eyes are part of our human thing. Things that look good delight us. Things that taste good delight us. We hear music we like. It delights us. Let's delight the senses. In the empire of the senses, delight yourself. So if your eye lands on something that you don't like, do something about it so you like it. My eye is going right over here to literally probably 4 loads of laundry, because we've been busy over the last many days and we had people over. So we have a bunch of laundry to do. You know what we're going to do? Before we leave tomorrow, we're going to do laundry. Neat thing is, as I said, we are going to do the laundry. That's another important thing. Get assistance, participation even. Notice I'm trying not to say the word help. Help implies this is my task and you are just helping me out. Just help me out with this thing that's mine. No. If you live with somebody in a home, it is really important for the both of you, or however many there are, to participate in the decluttering and maintenance of the home. Because decluttering is a life skill. I know this for a fact because when you don't have this skill, it affects your life. I know this for a fact because I am doing very well and loving teaching people how to declutter, which is a skill I only really learned in my late 40s and into my 50s. I could make surfaces look good. Do not get me wrong. I could make a surface look spot on, as you can see. But it wasn't until I learned to go underneath the surface and open up the doors and drawers and the basement and the attic and the decluttering that things began to feel really good at an organic level. So getting assistance, not doing it alone. Okay? TikTok user says, just got back from Scandinavia, 5 to 6 hours of daylight in winter. Arg, yeah, that would not do well for me. Painting of Duck says, I've decided to reward myself if I can get rid of 1,000 items. Wow. Now, I love your specificity because when we get numbers involved, it's so fascinating to me. When we attach numbers to things, it changes stuff. So what I would be curious about Painting of a Duck, this is where my brain goes. I'd say, okay, if I want to get rid of 1,000 items, and notice it's a round number, but it's somewhat arbitrary. That would mean 100 items a week for 10 weeks, which would mean 20 items a day and then 2 days off. That sounds doable. Notice what I did. 1,000 items sounds a lot. I chunked it down until it felt doable. Maybe instead of that, maybe I would even chunk it down further and say, well, if every day I did, and then it would be 7 into 100, which would be something 30, I don't know. I can't do the math in my head. Okay? Do these things to help you. There we go. Chris Starr is saying, I'm in Georgia and I need a clutter buddy. I love that word, clutter buddy. Clutter buddy. Clutter. Clutter. Cutting your clutter with Beth from Massachusetts. Anybody want to be a clutter buddy? Get in touch with Chris Starr. See, I'm not like here. Join my elite group of trust me, I am here. I'm give it away now. And I don't even like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But I am sharing this connection. I get a good connection according to TikTok. And I also realize as I look kind of above my head to the thing, it's 9:37 in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. And I do these TikTok lives a lot. I do. During a regular week of the year, you may be able to find me here pretty much Monday through Friday and occasionally on the weekends. Different times of the day because I work better with a flexible schedule. I know this for a stone cold fact. I've known it all my life, and I've built my life around you. Now I'm singing Landslide. But yeah, I do these TikTok lives, so if you're interested in knowing when my next one will be, I'll be honest with you, there's not going to be any tomorrow, the next day, 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 because I'm taking time off from this to focus on what's important with me, which is travel, which is friends, family, connection, eating good food, hugging people I love, appreciating the good stuff. So I do that. Am I going to be doing any decluttering? I might. Yeah, I probably will help my mother declutter and probably anybody else. I'm like, hey, struggling with it. I'm here. Use me as a resource, but I don't push myself on anybody. I wait for you to come to me because I know that you have to feel ready to declutter. Okay? There we go. Thank you. That one persona says, and I thank you for doing the math. For anyone curious, 1,000 items a day in a year is 2.7 items a day. Here we go. Becky has got to run. Merry Christmas, Beth, and happy holidays to all. Same to you. Merry Christmas, but I think I'll miss this one this year. Now, I love it. Neural is saying, definitely an amazing feeling to get the counter cleared, our pantry cleaned, and the bathroom cleaned. Yeah. Now, I will admit to you right now, I'm looking at our counters, and there's little dribs and drabs there. It won't take that long to get it done, and I know it's going to feel good. And it's only a few things because we didn't let things pile up. Sure, we let things pile up. Please do not think you are a moral failure if you have what I call the clutter of everyday living on your stuff. You do not live in a magazine spread. You do not live in a museum. Your house is supposed to make it easier for you to live, and sometimes that means putting something down versus putting it away. However, what I want to offer to you is tightening up the time between you putting it down and putting it away is a wonderful way to start. Okay? Yes, and notice Neural is saying cleaning out a drawer or cabinet is easier on a clear counter. Hell's a poppin', yes. That's why when I talk about decluttering and I'm a little bit more kind of here's my, tips and methods, I think of surface clutter goes first, then stored clutter, then sentimental. Because I look over at my counter, it would be really difficult for me to dump out a junk drawer and sort it, because you got to sort out the stored stuff, if I didn't have a surface to sort on. That's why clearing a surface is really helpful to take the next layer down, which is your stored clutter. And I like to remember this because I like rhymes and I don't want to make it too difficult. So I say stored is behind drawers, in drawers, or doors. You know, like what's behind a door? You know, that's your cabinets, that's your closets, that's your cupboards. Drawers are everywhere in your home. Anything that's stored, it really is wicked helpful to have a surface to dump it out and sort it out. Okay, so awesome order of operations, my dear. Okay, now I love this. Yes, painting of a duck is learning what works for her. I have ADHD, and marking down what I've done, awesome, plus a prize and $1,000 number goal motivates me. Hell yes, that helps me too. Maybe that will help other people. So other people, you may have never heard of ADHD. You may have been officially diagnosed or anywhere else on that rainbow. If you mark down what you've done, first of all, you've set a goal. That's your destination, 1,000 things. And then you mark down what you do every day. And it's a specific number so you know if you get there or not. And you give yourself a prize at the end, but you get the dopamine hit every time. Love it. Painting of a duck. Notice what's working for you and how can you apply that method in other areas of your life. Okay? Now, on the other hand, we all do things differently. Annalisa says, I tried to track to 1K and it slowed me down, so I switched to donating twice a month. Yeah, this is the beauty, you guys. There is no real right or wrong way of doing this. It's just a matter of doing it. You know, it's just a matter of doing it. Okay? So notice this. All right? What do we got going here? Boop-a-da-boop, boop-a-da-boop. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Yes, this is what's in my head all the time. Songs and pop culture. And I love it. What do we got here? Oh, that's interesting. Getting external accountability. Painting of a Duck is also asking, because she shared it with her kids. My kids know I'm going to 1,000. They keep asking what my number is. I love it. Happy holidays. Thank you for this community, for all your wonderful and practical advice. Thank you. I love practicality. It's so practical. And I love it. Neural is saying, my husband and I have been going between my parents and our house, but we are making progress. Okay? We are making progress. That's what you got to focus on, you guys. Do not focus on the stuff you haven't done yet. Focus on what you've done and what's right in front of you. And if you say, look at what's in front of you, and then you look up and say, does this align? Is there a line between what I'm doing today and where I want to go? Then you're all set. Then you put your eyes back on the road and your hands upon the wheel. There we go. Lynn says, thanks for the tips. You're welcome. Thanks for the gumball, Popeye. Even though that's not what they say. So weird. That's what it says in my brain. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Thanks for the tips. You got me cleaning out all things. I cleaned out all kitchen cabinets in the last 2 days. I love it. Hannah says, I always have to shine the table before I start. Start at the very beginning. Yeah, I cleaned off this table today because right behind you, you can't see it, but there is a tray filled with Christmas cards that as soon as I'm done in about 16 minutes or so, my husband and I will be doing the cards, right? Yeah, he might be having earphones on. And I love this. Last Christmas, I gave away Christmas ornaments, and Annalisa feels so much better this Christmas year. Yeah, she says, I got rid of old ornaments last year, so I love my tree this year. Question to ask yourself, what can I do this holiday season so that next holiday season I will enjoy it even more? Notice, I'm setting an expectation that you're going to enjoy this holiday season. And if you're thinking you're not going to enjoy the holiday season, take a tip from me about 45 minutes ago. When I sign off at 10 o'clock Eastern Time in about 15 minutes, put down the ducky, put down your phone, pick up a pen, listen to your head, listen to your heart, and write down what would make you feel good and enjoy the holidays this year. Okay? Notice this stuff. All right. There we go. Marking down what you've done can help build your confidence and lessens decision fatigue. Yes. Yes. See this book right here? I have 2 books that run that make me do awesome things. Okay. I have my workbook. This is kind of my crappy notebook. This is my rough draft. This is whatever comes out of my head initially. It's like it's like literally like the junk drawer, dumping of the junk drawer known as my head. But then I organize those thoughts. And then after I've done those things that I said I wanted to do, I remind myself of all the good stuff I have done. And I write that stuff down, Jay. Okay? I write down that stuff. Write down. All right? It builds your confidence and lessens decision fatigue. I love it. Linda Mosiger says, you have helped me make up my mind. Now, this is the best thing because decluttering not only is a life skill, but it's the life skill of decision making based on what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life. Now, I don't want to freak you out by saying, oh my God, what do I want in my life? Okay, how about this? What do I want in my kitchen? What do I want in that drawer? What do I want on that shelf? What do I want in this bucket? You know? Yeah. What you decide. Okay? So Hannah, I will share with you. That's what my brain says too. Are you sure it wasn't the commercial? I saw the commercial recently here on TikTok about, thanks for the gumball, Mickey. Penny for a gumball, Popeye. Thanks for the gumball, Popeye. That's how my brain has always done it because up until very recently, this pop culture stuff only lived in our heads. We did not see the commercials. Now with the advent of the internet, there's so much more stuff that it's actually interesting of what's in here can be different from what we remember. So our brain is an inexact storage unit. It is. I'm pretty sure it doesn't say that, but my brain will always say, thanks for the gumball, Popeye. And I have repeated that in my brain and out of my mouth for the last 50 plus years. So to me, that's what I say, even though I was wrong. All right. Now I love it. People are signing off because they've got stuff to do. Awesome. You do you. There we go. Hannah says, I'm so glad I joined today. Definite mood lifter. And notice when your mood is lifted, how much better you feel when you feel better. Notice all I have done, really? I'm pulling the curtain away. There's no magic in what I'm doing except the magic of, wow, when I feel better, I end up doing better. And I'm not greedy and hanging on and selfish and all that unhelpful stuff. I am feeling good for myself and I'm feeling good. I'm helping out other people, Yeah, Lori Hannah, doing dishes daily. I love it. It helps not just to have clean, but I know what things I like and what not so much. Getting to know you, getting to know the dishes you grab. I mean, you guys, seriously, I'm a creature of habit because habit means fewer decisions. It is very uncommon for you to see me in anything other than a black sweatshirt and a black t-shirt and a hoodie, or drinking out of a mug that is not shaped like this. Because I just know those are the mugs I like, so I grab the mug. You get to know what you like and you get to know what you don't like. Yes, and I love it. Annalisa is getting to know her, so she's creating a criteria for what I'm keeping, so I don't have to make so many decisions. Yes, does it cross off this checklist? Do I like how it looks? Do I like how it functions? Do I like how it feels? Now, I love this. Mug guns, I see you've got the little Gen X thing. Yeah, dishes are the most difficult for me, maybe because we were bossed around as kids and said you had to do the dishes. I know it myself, but I also know that if I avoid the dishes, they pile up and I don't like that. So I like the result of having the dishes done regardless of who's bossing me around. And I do it a little bit at a time. After I check off here and I might go eat my healthy breakfast, hello, I'm turning into an old person, I will then walk over and I will rinse out my bowl and my spoon and I will immediately put them in the dishwasher. So I know that they're not piling up. Okay? Yes. And so, I love it. JJ71 says 19171. So funny. 19071, I think, is the area code for Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, but this is what's in my brain. JJ is saying, when I joined, I was in bed. Now I'm in the kitchen cleaning. Thank you so much. And the laundry next. The laundry next is for me too. Okay? And since we were talking about dishes and laundry, please remember, both of those are actions that are in a cycle in your home. They are never officially done. Get used to that feeling and it changes the game. Be psyched about when getting any of it done. Okay? I love it. Geigo Galgina says cleared out downloads folder on computer. That's it. Love it. Kat Roby is checking in. She got her scheduled Beth blinders. She was working for about the last 50 minutes. Bills sorted. Check. Accounts checked. Check. Sigh of relief that bills will be covered for businesses. Sigh of relief. Isn't that a good feeling? That feeling is why we declutter. Okay? Now this is really cute. Yeah, write down the thing to go, get it. Yeah, there we go. And let me be really clear. So I'm gonna just give you some clarity on my process, okay? Because Megan is saying, like, or Kat or somebody, there it is, Kat. Oh, I love the 2 notebooks. Draft and a nicer one. But there's a gap between these 2 books, okay? I write down my destination, and then I write down the things that I believe doing will get me there. So I write down those actions, then I do the actions. I do the thing. When and only after and when I do the thing, I write down the things I did. This is the evidence of the actions I took to get where I was. It's like a road trip journal. I drove through Pittsburgh, and then I went to Indiana, and then I took a left at Albuquerque. And then I redirected, and then I kept on going through my journey. So notice that there is a gap between these 2 things, and that's you. That's you taking the action to do the thing. Okay, I just want to make sure I set you up with that so you didn't get confused. Okay, woo, there's a lot of compliments. Freudian slip. Comments here. I love it. Kim Jenner, Center Island cleaned and 2 gifts wrapped. Thanks, Beth. And Kim, I say right back at you. Okay, everybody who's doing something right now, and maybe all you're doing is laying in bed, allowing these ideas to wash over you, and maybe even better, absorb in. This is helpful. Notice you are doing the stuff. Okay? Notice you are doing the stuff. You are taking the action. You know? You are taking the actions. You got up and you decided to do something about your situation, and you changed it to a way that feels better to you. Isn't that cool? You've got the power. All right? Chris Starr, laundry started and now going to do the dishes. Love it. Barbara's saying, my son, daughter-in-law, and dog and baby moved in a year ago. They leave out dishes, etc. All right. I love it. Carla Jane, nice to see you. So many good things. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Barbara, I want to, because I got some time here. Let's help Barbara, okay, you guys? Barbara is saying, daughter-in-law says she has an attachment to objects and can't get rid of them. She keeps broken stuff. Okay. This is going to sound like tough love, but there's love in with the tough, okay? First of all, this is where I say, I'm here for you, okay, Barbara? I am not here for your daughter-in-law. I am not here for your son, their dog, and baby. I am here for you. If you were generous enough to let them move in with you, in my mind, they should be required to live by your rules. And if you are trying to be nice, sometimes trying to be nice to them means not being nice to yourself. Anybody? Do you catch yourself being nice to other people at the expense of you? Not on my watch, okay? So notice, you don't like it when they leave dishes out. I would say with love in your heart, but also with firmness, because again, this is a life skill. When you are living with somebody else, it's not just you. You have other people who are living there, and you should be responsible for your stuff. It's like being a good neighbor. So Barbara, I offer to you, even if it's been like that for however long, you can change that. Now, maybe right before Christmas, you're not feeling about it, but you know what we got next week? We got New Year's. The new year, new rules. All right, you guys, I love you, but, or I love you and. if you are going to continue to live here, we are going to implement a new set of rules and expectations. I too will hold myself accountable to these. And with love and firmness in your heart, you are going to create a better environment for yourself, and you will be reminding them to learn a skill, okay? So it can be tough, and it can be fearful of what the repercussions were. You deserve yourself before you die, and even way before that. You deserve to live in an environment that feels good to you. You do. And if it's your environment and they are just guests, they should be falling over backwards to make sure that it is tidy because you've been generous. Okay? So we're here for Barbara. All right? So just know, Barbara, you're not alone in this. And 2 days before Christmas, it may not be the best time to introduce these things. However, you can change things whenever you want. Get clarity on what you want. The more clear you are and knowing you want it, the more gentle and firm and patient, but firm to make sure they do it. And then encourage them to do it. Okay? Alrighty, Barbara, you've got our backs. Not just me, but everybody else around here. We got 125 people here, 127. So you are not alone in this, okay? Now, Barbara's going off to her classroom on your day off. We'll put one of your YouTube videos up while I'm there. I love it. Yes, and I love it too. Judy has a really good idea. Write down the expectations for them to see so there's no misunderstanding, that there's a list of rules that everybody's following, not just look at, you do it and I'm around. Okay? Yep. Yeah. There we go. Linda Mosergear. A new attitude. I got a new attitude. Clear, calm, and persistent. I am telling you, when you are clear, when you are calm, and you are persistent, good stuff happens. Okay. So, yes, and Barbara, Hannah's here for you, okay? And so are we all. Now, speaking of being here for you, I am here with you right now for only another 3 minutes. I will not show up, and I will be very clear on this, because sometimes I do pop-up lives, unexpected. I probably won't, because I will be in the presence of doing all my stuff. It's very unlikely that I will be showing up again between now and next Monday, the 30th. If you want to know, well, I already kind of gave it away that I'm going to show up on the 30th, but I don't even know what time I'm going to do that. I encourage you. I don't force you. I don't threaten you. I don't scare you into. I encourage you. I give you the courage to sign up for my free mailing list. Go to destinationdecluttered.com and scroll to the bottom. Put your email address in there. Promise you're not a robot. Boom, you're on it. Okay? I say that because when you do that, you will be sent an automatic email with a link to the page that has the TikTok schedule on it. I will also be updating that. Maybe I'll be doing that behind the scenes, and I'll be updating it. It's updated till the end of the year. The end of the year is next Tuesday. Okay? But I will add to that. Also, speaking of the new year, in the new year, the first 2 weekends of the new year, we're all getting together. People on the mailing list, many of us are getting together on Zoom and decluttering together, taking down the holiday decor together. I'm also adding another half hour to the Sunday ones where we're going to sit down and make plans before we even start to declutter. Tomorrow is scheduled right. Ooh, Carla, I don't know. I don't think I have one. I will double check though. To me, tomorrow is the 24th. And yeah, check the schedule, okay? Cat Mama's saying no. And I don't think so. Like my head and heart say no because we're probably leaving tomorrow around 9 a.m. because it's going to be traffic all the way up the boat wash, corridor or whatever. So this is my kind of Christmas wish to you. Feel good. Do good stuff. Connect up with how you want to feel and write that down. Okay? Write it down so you don't forget. Hold that in your hand like a fortune from a fortune cookie and say, what can I do today? Yeah, and oh, please, no apologies, Carla Jane. Notice I was double checking, but this is why I write things down, because I don't trust my cluttered head sometime, and that's okay. My cluttered head is too busy being creative, okay? I wish you a lovely, peaceful, calm, heart-centered, where's my calm-centered, love-filled, patient, caring, and joyful week? However that feels to you, okay? What can you do today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day? What are some little things you can do to ensure you have that feeling? Now, right now for me, I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to eat myself some breakfast, going to write some Christmas cards, going to do some laundry, change into some actual clothes. Always a pleasure to meet up with you guys. Again, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching here on TikTok, oh yeah, follow me on TikTok if you want to, is called Destination Decluttered. Okay? If you want to follow me along, I'm going to tune in. Jenna Oro, what's the best way to store memorabilia, clothing? I don't have high school dance t-shirts, etc. The one thing I can offer you, please, is to get it from a cardboard box into a plastic box. That's a good start. However, I'm not so much about the containerizing. Did you guys hear? The Container Store just filed Chapter 11. That's why, because they know that the containerizing isn't it. It's more deciding what you want and what you don't want, okay? Now, on that note, I bid you adieu, and I will see you the next time I see you on the other side of the holidays, all right? Bye-bye.